Hey guys, after a brief walk, this is my evening walk. I decided to sit in a particular church that I came to when I started the journey of widowhood. Let me tell you, I didn't know there would be a day that I can have smiles on my face. It was so intense. It was so tough. I had to leave my house, drive to this church. I actually was looking for a way to speak to someone in the church because in my mind I was feeling like, oh, church is a place where you can go and just meet people to talk to. And that kept me, after trying to get into the church and I was unable, I sat in my, guess what? I sat in my car and I cried for almost an hour. I cried and cried and cried. And then as I was in that moment, I just thought, He never would leave me. God is that invisible friend that even though everybody leaves, is there with you, is there with me. You wonder why I stopped. I said I'm not religious. Guys, I was born into this religion. I practiced it for almost 30 years religiously. Actually, up to almost 40 years. Diligently worshiping, serving, contributing my parts in kind and in cash. But life has taught me that this race, these spiritual things, is personal. It doesn't have to be by anybody's standards. It doesn't have to be by anybody's perspective. This journey of life is a personal journey. And the Holy Spirit, if there's anything called Holy Spirit, it's inside of you, it's inside of me. It guides us, it leads us, it helps us. I know it. But going through widowhood is such an overwhelming journey, friends. Very, very overwhelming. That I couldn't, at a point I couldn't just bear it alone. It was too lonely. And I cannot continue pouring on my children. My husband is my best friend, who I talk to the most. He's the one I talk to the most. You know, when you have a husband that is your friend, do you run to other people for counsel? Do you run to other people? No, we are friends. But man, when this happened, I was left clueless. I didn't know who do I talk to. You know, coming back from work, sometimes I just want to share with him. Coming back from the grocery, I just want to share with him. And I was left with nobody to talk to. Yes. I hate when you sit with these so-called Christians who think that they know God more than anybody. They are not listening, but they are just quoting from the Bible. They are just quoting the things from the Bible that probably they have not experienced. Experience is the best teacher. Experience is the best teacher. Be quoting Lazarus, be quoting Jobu, be cutting all of those things. Experience is the best teacher. Get me right. The churches here are trying. They will help you if they know your need. They will help you if they know your need. But if you don't go to church and you don't have any community you belong to and you live abroad, hey, it can be so lonely to the extent that you can even pie. It can be so lonely to the extent that you can be depressed. I was almost depressed completely. And guess what? I didn't even know it was depression though. Because the feeling looked like I don't want to leave my bed, you know. I don't even want to go outside and see nobody. I don't even want anybody to see me. I don't want to see nobody. And I was feeling like they are normal. You know, I've not been on this journey before. Despite the fact that I've lost my father, it's not the same. It's not the same, guys, as the loss of a spouse. Everything that you and your husband did together, let me burst your bubbles. You know, sometimes since I became a driver in the house, my husband noticed that I enjoy driving. So many times we are going on a family trips or just couple dates and outings. He lets me drive the vehicle. Little did I know that I will grieve that. You know, when I'm driving, he's sitting in the passenger seat. I grieve that. Did you also experience such? I grieve that. I was looking at that seat and I cried so bitterly. Back to my story. The church doors are locked. Right now, I see few cars in the parking lot. But if I go through the door right now, it's even almost 10 p.m. It's almost 10 p.m. If I go to the door right now, nobody will answer. Which is okay. Maybe it's a part of security thing. But even the pastors that note that I'm a widow, because they want me to follow some things, maybe I'm not open to it, because I work, it's just a lot of things I do. And because of that, many times I may not be able to go to church. But you know what I observe? For a year, no church that I've been to, we say hi. No church, we say hello. And when I don't need them, recently one just pop up to say hi, and I'm like, where were you when I nearly collapsed completely? Where were you when I didn't even know how to bring my face to social media? When I couldn't even pick up my phone? When I couldn't even pick my phone? Social media, okay? I wasn't there. I couldn't check my phone. I couldn't pick any call. I couldn't do nothing with my phone at all for almost 3 years in my journey. And some people think it is time for them to be angry, to move away, to be bitter, to do everything. It's okay, I'm not angry, but I just come out to share my story. Maybe there's 1 or 2 people out there experiencing similar thing, feeling the same way. Now I really don't need nobody, because I have walked through it alone. I have known what works. I have my boundaries. I have respect for myself. Why do church need to have strict standard for anybody? Huh? People can decide to come to church or not come to church. In fact, that they are not your member is a privilege for you to show more kindness. It's a privilege to show more love. It's a privilege to do more. If you are alone in this journey, don't forget, I rise through the storms. I am rising. It is lonely. Tell myself every day, it's going to be okay. And it's going to be okay. Get up. Go outside and take a walk. When I started walking, it wasn't easy. People promised me they're going to walk with me. If I need to walk in the middle of the night because it's safe out here, you can walk at any time. And I'm needing help to take a walk. Guess what? I call those people that promised me empty promises. I called them. Maybe they will show up tomorrow. And you know what I found? Waiting for them will just waste your time. Just keep you depressed. We just keep you depressed. And you know, if you buy, the worst thing, they will still come to your funeral and they will not feel anything. They won't feel anything. They will come there and say, oh, too bad. But when they see you shining for yourself, they will still continue to talk. So what are you going to do? Pick up your life. Start showing up for yourself. Because this journey of life is yours. This journey of life is mine. So I dictate how I want to live it. With or without people's support. I show up for myself. This is resilience. This is what resilience looks like. Is to keep going when you don't even know how the going is going to be. When you don't even know what to expect next. When you don't even know what to expect next. But you still get up and show up for yourself. Today I'm encouraging you. Get up. Even when the churches abandon us. When friends depart. When families leave us alone. Let's pick our crosses. Let's carry it with a smile. Even when we don't know how to smile. I am smiling today. Not because I have it all figured. But looking back, I don't know how I'm doing it, guys. But I want to tell you, when the universe told me to start this channel, I didn't know how to navigate it. But I ran into a wrong business. That story is for another day. That taught me some of the tools I'm using today. I cried bitterly because I lost money. I cried bitterly because I lost money. Because I thought I was entering a business that will make me financially balanced. Not knowing that it's another blessing. So I'm grateful for every lesson that I'm learning on this widowhood journey. Let us learn together. Let us reflect together and heal together and create the better world that we want the next generation to live in. Guys, no matter how we preach it, and we forget to let people be. Let people practice whatever they want to practice. And let every believer know that you are not God. You are not God. Even though we read the Bible, we know the Bible, don't mean that we know how the universe is going to do things. Let us show kindness. Let us show more kindness. Let us be human. Let us be human in our dealings with one another. Let us be human in our dealings with individuals. I was going through this and somebody is quoting Job experience for me. How long? How more do I want to take? I don't want to be Job. You can be a Job. You can be a Job. I don't want to envy that. You can be a Job. I know what I can handle. I don't want that. Let's be human. Let's be human. When you are human, you will listen. When you are human, you will feel. When you are human, you will empathize. Thank you all for watching this video. Share with whoever needs to share. Share you with whoever needs to hear this. I'll see you again in the next video. Peace.